Hey girl, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm on top of the world right now. Milo is literally the most loveliest guy I've ever met. I spent a bit of time with him today and he was just so attentive. And you think he's just a waste of space? You're delusional. I don't get it. Why are you spending time with Milo? You know that he's supposed to be dating me, right? Do you not know your boundaries? What do you mean, why? Isn't it obvious? You know I have a right to meet up with people, including Milo, right? Since when am I not allowed to freely hang out with other people? Don't be stupid. I know you can, but you do know that I'm in love with Milo, right? Don't you know there's a friend code when it comes to relationships? You're just contacting me because you wanted to rub your encounter in my face, aren't you? That you're taking up his time when he should be with me? Have you ever thought that maybe you're tying him down too much? You better stop doing that so I can spend more time with him. Women who keep their men all to themselves are hated on a lot, you know? Milo also said that as well. It doesn't make sense why you're doing this, Samara. Why do you keep laying your hands on my man? Why would you do this to your friends? It's really horrible. This is the second time you've tried to do this, right? Why would you do that to me, to your own friend? Don't you think you're being a bit hasty by saying I'm trying to get my hands on him, Leilani? It's not entirely my fault, you know? Well, I did have my hands on the previous boyfriend I tried to nab, but they're just irresponsible. I can't help it. But I know that they can't help it either. Milo is just such a gentleman, and I wish that we could have a loving and peaceful relationship. I wish for that so badly, just for a man to love me. You want to be in a loving relationship with him? Excuse me? What is going on here? Why are you harassing me with this so much? Don't you remember that I moved away just so that I could get away from you and what you were trying to do? Why are you even in town right now? If you keep being all hysterical, Leilani, you're going to age like crazy and you'll be covered in wrinkles by the time you're 40. Maybe you should consume a bit more calcium? Do you want some supplement recommendations? I'll be happy to give you some. I'll also tell you some of the supplements that are good for when you need to diet as well. Oh, I'm sorry. I might have hit a nerve with that statement. Are you kidding me with this crap you're pulling, Samara? How far are you going to go? Or are you trying to make fun of me? Okay, you really need to answer my question. Why are you doing this to me? What have I ever done to you, Samara? I thought I was being a good friend to you. Because I want to enjoy my life and feel alive. What's so wrong with that? It just so happened that I match well to your boyfriend. But I don't have any intentions of stealing him away from you or anything like that. If that happens, though, it's not entirely my fault. You were pushing them away. Okay, that's enough. You're making me feel so bad right now. Don't ever contact me ever again. You're a complete homewrecker. You know that, right? Oh, wow. I didn't think you'd get so frustrated over something so small. You're such a loser, Leilani. Don't let this get to you. When we were students, you were always so bossy and telling everyone what they should and shouldn't do. You've never been cool. That's it. I'm cutting you off. I don't want you anywhere near me ever again. We are not friends, so stop trying to get involved with people in my life. Whatever you say, Leilani. You'll be nothing without me, you know. I'm the only cool friend you have. You'll end up alone one day.
Hey, Leilani. How are you doing? Are you actually able to attend the wedding? I'm so happy that you'll be able to make the big day.
Why, of course I'm going to come to the wedding of one of the best colleagues I've ever worked for. Is it normal to be this happy about things like this?
Of course, because you've always taken care of me at work and have shown me the ropes. My goal is to be like you, Leilani. You're such a great person to work with.
You think I'm a great person to work with? Surely that's a bit of an exaggeration, right? I don't really do much at work.
No, not at all. It's one of my current goals to be a great worker like you. But I'm aiming to be something bigger than I am now. In the future.
I feel like that might be a bit rude, but I suppose there's no malice to what you're saying, so I guess it's fine that you said that. Anyway, I wanted to ask a more important question. The person you're getting married to, Samara, is it? What kind of person are they?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I could tell you a bit about her. She's about 4 years older than me, and I can rely on her for almost anything. Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure she's the same age as you, Leilani. If you'd like, I'd love to introduce you to her.
Oh, right. I see. The same age as me, huh? Wow, it really is such a small world out there. It's just so strange how people end up together.
Huh? What do you mean by that? Have you met Samara somewhere before? Are you acquaintances already?
I don't know if this is the same person that I've met before or not. I'm just theorizing if they have the same last name as the Samara I've met. I just want to ask you one more thing. Are you happy that you're going to be married to your girlfriend soon?
Are you asking me if I'm happy about marrying the love of my life? Of course I am, silly. She's the kind of woman I need in my life. She's very strong and helps pull me along when it comes to difficult things. That's why I feel like I have to do my best for her.
Well, that's really good to hear, Will. I'm glad that you found someone like that. Sorry, I was just wondering who she actually was.
That's okay, but I'd still very much like to introduce you to her. I'm sure she'd love to meet at least one of my colleagues.
I don't know, I just feel that something is off, but I'll happily support you on your wedding day. I wish you all the happiness in the world on your special day.
Aw, that's very sweet of you. Thank you so much for those kind words, Leilani. Both of us look forward to seeing you on our wedding day. As a congratulatory gift, you don't need to get us anything too outrageous. Just something small is fine.
Oh, well, you deserve more than something small, but okay. Whatever happens, I hope you'll have a fun day to look forward to. Oh my god, this seriously isn't happening right now. Did I really just see you, Leilani, in the parking lot? Why did you come here? I thought that you cut ties with me. It doesn't even look like you're trying to do that. Well, I guess you found me, huh? That was really fast. I thought I could get away with you not seeing me. I knew you'd come around because you love me too much. Even though you said that you were cutting ties from me, you still decided to show up here to the ceremony. Well, I was sent an invitation after all, so it seems like I couldn't refuse this offer. Anyway, I have other things I wanted to ask. So first of all, what happened to you and Milo, huh? When I looked at the wedding invitation, I really thought it would be his name on it. Huh? Milo? Oh, right, him. Yeah, we broke up like a long time ago. When he opened up to show me who he truly was, he was just a normal and useless human being. It makes so much sense because he was dating you, and you're both more or less have the same type of personality. As usual, I am not surprised that you said that to me. You've been making so many snide comments towards me lately. Well, at the time, I had like 3 guys on the go at once, but I got so tired of getting all of their attention, so I dumped Milo and then the other one too. In the end, the one who remained is the groom. He's completely devoted to me. It's so sweet. He's so smart and caring and kind, and above all, very handsome. I see. Out of the 3 guys you were dating, he won, I suppose. I don't get why you'd do something like this, Samara. I thought you were more mature than that. Yeah, but of course he doesn't know anything about the situation I was in, and he'll never find out about it. I mean, have you seen my soon-to-be husband? He's really cool, isn't he? Also, he's an upcoming hire for this really famous company. He's still quite young, but I am sure he'll earn a lot more money from now on. Wow, Samara, do you seriously only think about your loss and gain from relationships? Don't you know how a lot of these men have loved you? Well, don't most people think like that? I mean, I guess I was in love with Milo for a little bit, but it was only for a short time. I just got so bored, you know? Well, I guess that also made Milo your ex-boyfriend, too. I guess he loved me, but he just always let himself wander too much when it came to the opposite sex. Okay, I get it, Samara. So how long will you be treating me as your enemy? I've not done anything to you. I suppose the grudge that you've had since we were students is still going strong. It's crazy. Huh? What are you talking about? This has got nothing to do with our student days anymore. I'm just living my life the way I want to. Besides, the person I'm marrying, Will, has no connection to you, okay? Why must I complain so much until you're satisfied? I think you're confused. That's not what I'm trying to do here. But I somehow get involved with things that you do. It's because you made the decision to come to my wedding ceremony today, so of course you're involved. You need to take this wedding invite seriously. I don't just invite anyone and everyone. But to be honest, I just sent it with the intention of making fun of you with everyone from our school days when they arrive. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. You just want to watch me rot and make me feel completely embarrassed by how you stole my ex from me. How long have you been hanging around here for? This is actually really frustrating. Even though you lost your man so many times to me, you still showed up to the ceremony. Don't you realize that I sent that invitation as a joke? You do know that there are no more seats available to sit down at, right? I never wanted to go because of you, Samara. I haven't got a clue what you're on about. I got the invite from the groom. Huh? What do you mean you got the invite from the groom? How could you when you can't possibly know him? I came to the ceremony today because I received an invitation to come and sit on the groom's side of the venue. Even though you sent me an invitation out of spite, I was never going to support you and watch you get married. If you're planning on sitting on the groom's side, does this mean that you know Will somehow? Are you acquaintances? That seriously can't be true. You know that he's a really successful person, right? He's on a completely different level than you. The world that I live in is very different than yours, Leilani. Even though you don't know anything about me, it doesn't mean that you can talk down to me about my life. Hey, I know you very well. Ever since we were students, you were always the girl with a strong desire to get everyone's approval. Trying to stand out, getting the top score in all the tests we did, getting the first place in state for badminton. Everyone was thinking and laughing at you with how much you wanted to be noticed. Such an attention seeker. I don't get it. Even though you say that this has nothing to do with our school days, you keep mentioning it a lot. You remember things quite well. We should really get back to the topic at hand, since this is totally unrelated. I'm actually Will's boss at his company. Hold on a minute. What? I think we know for a fact that's not true. You do know that he works for one of the most well-known companies in the country, right? It would definitely not be the type of company that you'd work for. You've hardly got any qualifications to work in a top-notch company. I thought so too, but 2 years ago I was scouted as a programmer. Will also was hired to work as a programmer as well, okay? That's why, as an educator, I have built a lot of relationships with people at the company, including Will. Will? A programmer? Really? First of all, we all know that you're talking crap right now, Leilani. Stop trying to bring him down to your level. Excuse me? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm being serious. He's a programmer at my company. Why don't you try asking him for yourself? He's a staff member of my company, and he's a programmer. No matter how you look at it, being a programmer isn't just some fun job he does on the side. I thought he was more of a businessman because he wears suits all the time. I thought that he was an accountant for a big corporation or something. Well, it seems like you don't really know who Will is as a person. You hardly know a thing about him, Samara. As long as he works for some hotshot company that's famous nationwide, you don't care about anything else, not even his feelings. It sucks, really. Yeah, I get it. Don't get mad at me just because I exposed what you truly are and how you lied about being able to come to this wedding. I'll ask Will now about his job and other things, so please just wait a moment, okay? Surely he'll tell me that he's a hardworking businessman. Why the heck would you hide something like that from me? Don't you trust me with things like this? Wait, what? What on earth are you talking about? What could I possibly be hiding, Samara? You are actually Will's boss, and you work at the same company. How did I not get told this? Why am I only hearing about this information now? I don't know why you're making such a big deal about this, Samara. I didn't even know until I received the wedding invitation. But you did find out after you got your invitation in the mail, right? Why didn't you contact me and tell me then? I feel so embarrassed about this now. How could I not see that he was some kind of programmer? How come I didn't see that something was happening? Look, I just didn't want to get involved because I knew that it was going to be such a hassle. I work with Will every day. I was invited to the wedding, and there's no way that I'd turn around and say I'm not going. He's my colleague, after all. I want you to go home right now. You are ruining everything. I'll explain to Will that you got sick or something. I want you to leave right now. No, I'm not just going to get up and leave now. I will enjoy watching the ceremony until the very end. No, I've had enough of your games. You need to leave this instant. It is such a pain to have someone as evil as you hanging around. If you don't leave now, I'll call the security company and they can kick you out. I don't want you hanging around here just so that you can stir up trouble. That's all you ever do. I have 2 invitations, Samara. Why am I the one being kicked out here? I've come here to celebrate 2 people getting married. Not a lot of people do that every day. Because I have had enough of you and you're really frustrating me right now. Why is this happening on my wedding day? Aw, I'm sorry that things are tough for you right now, but I guess hang in there. It'll all be over soon enough.
Leilani, I'm really sorry for all the things that are happening right now. I guess you and Samara did know each other after all.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was her when I got to the venue. I could hear her voice loud and clear. She was a childhood friend and my schoolmate. When we were in high school together, I thought that she was my best friend, but now, yeah, not so much.
Oh, is that right? Wow, I can't believe that you both went to the school and were friends. Man, this is a very small world. Okay, so what were you 2 arguing about exactly? Samara seems quite irritated right now. She was talking to a security guard earlier, so I was wondering what happened.
Okay, well, I suppose you're right. We did get into a bit of an argument before.
Okay, wow. You were? Why would you both be arguing on a day like this? It's not the best look to be picking a fight at a wedding venue.
It was about a bunch of stuff, really. It was kind of petty what she was saying, in my opinion. We were childhood friends, after all. You're still happy to marry Samara, right? When you're together, you're happy, right? You don't feel anything negative?
Yes, I still do. But I'm a little bit worried about the situation now. Samara was always saying bad things about her best friend from school.
Wait, what? Why would she badmouth me for... I haven't done anything to her in my life.
Yeah, I had a feeling she was talking about you because there aren't many people named Leilani. And I knew you both were from the same area. She always used to tell me about the hate she had for you, and she would say just horrible things about you. Now that I think about it, when Samara was talking about you, it really did sound like it was all a lie.
Wait, it sounded like she was lying? What do you mean by that? What did she say to you exactly?
Well, I highly doubt that you were arrested twice for stealing, right? You didn't do that, did you?
Excuse me? Samara accused me of stealing? Is she insane? I don't get why she's making up so many stories about me. I thought she and I were friends.
Look, she always talked about this girl called Leilani, and apparently you were stealing things when you went to school together, and that's why everyone started to hate you. Also, during the preliminary rounds of the badminton tournament that you participated in, she said that she mixed laxatives into your water. I suppose that it was to prevent you from competing or something like that.
Are you kidding me with this crap, Will? Did she really do something like that? I don't believe this.
Well, that's what Samara told me. Then I heard that you were arrested for theft after you all graduated from high school. Apparently, you committed that crime twice, and that you ate gravel or something. It was getting weird by this point.
That story is complete and utter nonsense. You know that, right? And I don't eat gravel. Who says that? It seems like this won't work out unless I have a private conversation with Samara.
Yeah, I feel like I'm now stuck in a very awkward situation. I'm not good at dealing with this type of confrontation. I didn't think my wedding day would be like this.
I know what you mean, Will. I'm really sorry that you're having to go through this when it's supposed to be a happy day for you. Okay, I'm going to try and talk to Samara again about this. This has gone far enough now.
Yes, please try and talk with her. I would also like to request that the start of the ceremony be delayed as well.
Okay, that'll be great. Thank you. I'll go and give her a piece of my mind. She needs to know how ridiculous this all is. Samara, we need to have a proper conversation. I'm not going to beat around the bush anymore. I wouldn't try and ignore my messages if I were you. Will told me all of the lies you've been making up about me. Are you kidding me? This isn't a good time. What do you even want to talk about now? There's no point in having the ceremony. I'm going home now. What do you mean there's no point in holding a ceremony anymore, Samara? You do know that Will was really happy to be getting married to you, right? Why is there no point in doing the ceremony anymore? You're just going to leave a man who's devoted to you at the altar? Really, Samara? And why do you think this is any of your business? I've made my decision, all right? Why are you butting into my life so much? This isn't because Will and I work at the same company now, is it? That's not the reason why you left the ceremony, is it? Because it's kind of pathetic if that's the case. What are you even talking about? Why are you trying to talk to me? Can't you just let me be? You're so irritating. I know that your purpose in life was to push me down and make me suffer for no reason at all. So to show off that your soon-to-be husband works for a successful company, you sent me an invitation to your wedding. Then you found out that I turned out to be his boss, so you can no longer try to pull me down. That's why you're acting like this, right? This is why you've gotten so depressed? Because I outrank you or something? Why do you think I feel this way? You're the one who's made me feel bad. Everything was your fault, you know? Back then, Will told me that you gave me some laxatives. You put them in my water bottle so that I couldn't play in the tournament that day. I don't think it's a good idea to be having this conversation. I was just talking about my friends during my school life. I really didn't think that you and Will would ever meet each other. Like, what are the odds that you just happen to be in the same job sector anyways? Well, I don't mind if it's talked about now, but I wanted to say that I won the badminton competition because I worked and trained really hard. It's true that you were eliminated in the preliminary rounds, but I didn't care about you hating me. I just wanted to do well, and I think I did. You needed to get through those negative feelings you had towards me. You always stuck your nose up at me. You always looked down on people like me. You started acting like you were the school hero and that you could approach anyone about any topic. You used to always go home with me, but then you started walking home with your other so-called friends. You completely ditched me and didn't care about me. That's not... I didn't mean to. People just asked to walk with me, and I don't understand why you're holding a grudge against me after all this time. You're so annoying and always looked down on me like I was nothing to you. The same goes for when we had tests. You always got the top score in the class. That made you so popular, didn't it? Both good at studying and playing sports. Even though I tried my best, I could never beat you. I can't believe you're bringing all of this up when all this happened so many years ago, Samara. Then you started dating that guy, and I just couldn't believe that you'd betray me like that. You should have known that I liked him a lot. Hey, when I told you that he confessed that he had a crush on me, I told you then, remember? You said to me, don't worry about me. Just be honest about your feelings, so I was. I've always been open with you and tried to be your friend, but you made it really difficult for me. What else was I supposed to do other than say that? I couldn't help but feel frustrated and sad all at the same time. Look, I'm sorry you felt like that, Samara. I didn't realize that you held this all in for all this time. It's true that I may have underestimated your feelings. I'm really sorry for doing that to you, but you shouldn't let what happened in the past take over you. You can't hold on to what happened anymore. It'll eat you alive, Samara. But I also knew that you meant no harm. I think I was just making matters worse for myself. Thank you for apologizing. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I did steal your boyfriend so I could get some sort of revenge on you. I wasn't really thinking about how you would feel about it at all, and that was awful of me to do that. Look, it doesn't matter. We don't need to keep bringing it up over and over again. I was so annoyed with what you both did. Either way, he was a man who couldn't resist the temptations of another woman. I don't know why men act like this and want to hurt women so badly, especially when they want to get with one of her friends. But I thought about all of this after I dated your 2 ex-boyfriends. I'm sorry to say it, but you really don't have an eye for men. Yeah, I get it, Samara. There's no need to start. But maybe you've got a better eye for men. Will is a really nice person. I suppose it's time for the ceremony to start already. What should I do? I've got no idea how to do this. Will must hate me so much right now for ditching the ceremony. I just thought there was no point in hanging around. Will is going around apologizing to the guests at the ceremony. When the bride runs away from the wedding venue on her special day, the most painful part is for the groom to stay behind and say sorry for what happened. If you don't get over here soon, Will isn't going to work it out with you. That's very true. Okay, I understand. Leilani, I really am sorry for what I did to you. I wasn't thinking at all. Also, thank you for everything you've done today. I'm just trying to help out my work friend more than anything. You've got to work really hard with him so that he understands what happened and what's going on now. You can't leave Will in the dark. I totally understand. I just hope that one day you can forgive me for what I've said and done to you. I didn't mean to do all the things that I did. All I wanted was my friend back, and you gained so much popularity over the years. Next time, you really need to tell me how you're feeling so that you don't jump to conclusions and create chaos in our friendship. Look, you're going to have to work super hard at gaining my trust back. I can't fully forgive you for what you did to me today because I didn't do anything to you. Look, all I want to do is enjoy my life, so let me do that. After that, Samara hurried back to the ceremony, but it was already too late and the wedding was canceled. She was scolded by her own father, and the groom's family were staring daggers at her. Will, who understood the circumstances, didn't abandon her. They've decided on a new wedding date and are now living together. Samara deeply regrets her actions on that day. Will decided to pay for all the expenses for the ceremony. He worked really hard at work every day just to pay off what they owed for the ceremony that didn't go ahead. He's also apologized to Leilani for what happened. To be honest, she didn't care anymore. She didn't think that it was something that she could easily forgive. She told them to keep apologizing until it felt right to forgive them. Maybe one day Leilani and Samara will be best friends again, but only time and enough apologizing will tell. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Susan, I wanted to congratulate you on your marriage today. Even someone with the looks of you is able to get married, I see. I know that might now be a surprise to some, but to me, I never thought you'd ever have a chance of getting married. I've had enough of this already. You're being really rude right now, Amy, and I haven't even said anything to you yet. Can't you at least be a little bit more nice to me on today of all days? I have no reason to be nice to you, even if today is a special day for you, especially when all you are is a lecturing old hag. Come on now, do you still think that I've been lecturing you about everything all this time? I don't even remember one moment where I've been annoying to you in any way. I'm not making up anything about you, though. But listen, Susan, at your age now, you shouldn't want to be lecturing people on how to live their lives anymore, right? It's not even like that, though. I don't go around every day lecturing people on how to live their lives, and the only time I think I ever lectured you was long ago, right? Sure, you can think that all you want, Susan, but I know that you can never get enough of making other people feel bad when they're with you. Amy, I'm starting to remember the incident that happened that may be behind you thinking I'm always lecturing you. It was back when you parked your bicycle in a no parking zone and didn't move it out of there when I told you to. I was just warning you then to move it out of that spot. I wasn't trying to lecture you at first, but you never listened to me and started to get all worked up about it like I was asking you to cut off your finger or something. No. I know that it said not to park bikes or anything in that spot, but everyone still parks their bikes and stuff there, and not a single person has had to pay a fine or anything for it yet. You have no idea how this world works anymore, so please stop trying to lecture me on every little thing. I get that you weren't asking me much, but I don't want to hear it from you when I'm an adult myself. I know when and where I can park my dang bikes, so you should have just let me be. I've said the same thing back then as I'll say now. You parking your bike there was not the problem. You are going to have a kid of yours really soon, and I don't want you to be teaching them bad things like not respecting what signs say. Do you not realize what kind of a bad influence that'll have on them as they get older? You're so dang annoying. This is why you are such a lecturing old hag to me. Are you going to continue talking to me like this all day on your wedding day? If that's the case, then you might just want to stop this all now and call off your wedding. I'm sure nobody wants to come to the wedding of someone that won't stop acting like a witch to her sister-in-law. The only reason I'm talking to you like this now is because you were the one to text me first. There is something seriously wrong with you. You are still upset over something that happened over 2 years ago, and have since then acted as though I'm always harping on you about things when I rarely even talk to you anymore. And I'm going to keep talking about that event for the rest of the time. It's fun watching your reaction to it, and I'll make sure to come up with an even worse name for you next time based off it. Well, anyway, congrats on getting married, Susan. I'm praying that you have the worst day of your life at that wedding ever. What the hell? Jeez.
Did Amy say something to you again, Susan? Really, she should realize that on a day like today, she's better off just leaving you alone, right?
Seriously, Leonard, you need to go and say something to her about the way she's acting. You're her older brother, and if anything, you should be the actual person lecturing her like she says I'm always doing.
But if I were to start talking to her about this and asking her to stop, things would only escalate. And it seems that her husband has really been enjoying his time with her.
What? What does her husband even have to do with this? You really are a no-good older brother to her. Do you even notice how much crap I have to go through with Amy every day of my life? She's starting to call me a lecturing old hag now, Leonard.
Wow. I assumed you meant she was calling you far worse things than that.
Huh? I will not allow someone to call me a lecturing old hag on the day of my wedding. I don't care how cute of a little sister she is to you. I'm not going to let her get away with acting like a brat all the time around me.
Well, perhaps it's better that you just ignore everything she's doing instead?
You think I can ignore her? You want me to ignore all the horrible things she's saying to me when you and I are financially supporting that couple all the time? I don't even want to help them anymore if she's just going to keep acting like a total cunt.
Yeah, well, about that.
Well, what about that? I'm sure that you really just want to love her and let things be the way they are because you're her older brother, but I don't feel any love for her right now. Because all I get in return is hate anytime I talk with her. I've had enough of this. I am no longer going to hand them any more of my money. You go ahead and do it yourself.
I can't do this all by myself. You know that with the money I make, it won't mean much to them. Also, you have to remember that we're helping them. Not because she's my little sister, but because her husband has been through some tough times. The company he's in has had this huge restructuring, and right now, he's not making nearly as much as he used to. I mean, look, he's not even going to be able to come to the wedding today because he's so stressed about work. And if it's not the stress, it might be his depression really getting to him now. I just want to help him make his life a little more bearable.
And I myself like him as a person, so you don't have to sell me on that. But the fact that he has to have Amy around him all day might be adding to his pain and discomfort, right? I mean, she is the worst wife imaginable to him, and he probably knows that.
But he's told me himself that things are totally fine between them. And from our shoes, there's not much we can really do about them.
My God, this is supposed to be the most amazing day of our lives today, but I'm not feeling amazing whatsoever. I'm not made for crap like this, Leonard, so we need to do something to stop it.
I know that, and I'm sorry. I'll go ahead and have a talk with her about perhaps not taking things so over the edge today.
I really want you to be making that clear to her more often, okay? I've had enough of Amy and her attitude. Hey, your wedding will be starting soon, right? There is still a little more time before things kick off. What? Do you still have something you'd really like to say to me? I just wanted to say that I think all the people on your side of the family seem really poor and all really basic. Just a second ago, I got a good look at some people coming into the reception hall from outside. And, well, everyone looks as though they have nothing better going on in their lives. You could say that they're all just uncool looking. You know, I really don't mind you talking bad about me all the time, but now you're going to talk bad about my family and friends? Could you please stop that right now? What? Wow. Listen, I'm not trying to talk bad about them all in any way. Rather, I'm just telling you the truth. Man, and just when I was thinking things for you would get better, you had to invite all these losers to your wedding. I'm sure they've all gotten you lots of money and presents to be here, right? I can't believe that for a second, coming from people like them. I don't really need you to believe it. I get that you hate me for whatever reasons you have, so can you shut it? I'm going to be giving you some money as well for today, so telling me to shut up is just hurtful. I've never seen a bride as upsetting as you are. If people online were to see how you're treating me, you'd get canceled for sure. No matter what you'd think of me, the only one who'd be canceled is you. I'm sure that'd be the case. And since we're on the topic of me giving some money as a present to you, I made sure to give you 5 whole cents. Huh? You and I are both close, right? And so I made sure to give you those 5 cents to remind you just how much I love you. But sadly, you'll only get to be around me a little longer now, all right? Huh? What do you mean I'll only be around you a little longer? What? Today's the day of my wedding, and after this I'm supposed to be your sister-in-law, right? And that may be the case, but I want you and my brother to break up as soon as possible after. And I've made sure to pray for my brother to find himself a far better woman after he's done with you. I cannot believe this. What the hell happened to you that turned you into such a vile jerk? It was you acting like a total loser that made me turn into this, right? Anybody would be as mean as I am now after having to be lectured by you all the time. There should be no reason for you to be that way. Unbelievable. Are you the same way with your husband that you are around all the time? What do you mean by that? He and I are both a very happy couple, Susan. Right now, there is just a lot of stuff going on at his job, and so he has to go there every day and night. And I'm going to stay by his side through all of it, supporting him through every step of the way. I'm not really sure that's true, though. Huh? You're being a bit rude now, Susan. You have no idea what's going on in our private lives, so would you please stop commenting on it? You have no right saying that. What? Now you're going to start lecturing me like that again? How awful. I've given you so much money as a gift for your wedding, and you're going to start treating me like that? You gave me a lot. All you gave me was 5 cents out of your pocket. But when it comes to your wedding, Susan, 5 cents is a lot of money, right? I mean, I hate you a lot and plan on leaving before the start of the wedding anyway. Well, then I'm done sending you guys any more money. Huh? I've had it with you, Amy. It's over. You and your husband are no longer getting any money from me. Wait, hold on a second. Why do you think you get to decide something like that by yourself? The person sending us all this money is my brother, so he gets to decide that. You have no right telling him what to do with his money. He and I are both married now, so it's our money now. So I do have a right to say what I want done with the money. Are you saying you're not going to help us anymore because you don't like me? Well, then what'll happen to my husband because of this? Right now he's working his butt off. He can't even be here for the wedding because he has to work so much. If you guys stop sending us money, he's not going to be able to start the company back up properly. Actually, Amy, I just got done talking with your husband about that. Huh? I was a little worried about how he was doing, so both Leonard and I called him to see what was up. And when he answered his phone, he told us his fever is starting to go down a little, but he's still coughing nonstop. That's not what you think. He thinks he can be back into work next week or so, but he apologized to us for not being able to make it to the wedding. What the hell is going on here? You told me he was having to work a lot, and that's why he can't be here. However, in reality, he is completely depressed about everything, and that's why he can't be here, right? Well, it's because he has that cold right now that's made him really sad and depressed. It's really hard on him, right? He can't even go to the hospital because we don't have the money for it, and that's why we need to continue getting some from you guys. Well, he told us that he'll be getting back to work next week. What was that all about? I thought you said he was working hard to get the company back together and wasn't making any money right now. Well, he's just trying to make things look better than they are. How much longer are you planning on lying about things to me? What you've been up to is the worst of the worst. I'm not sure what you're thinking of the two of us, but I am not lying about anything, all right? I've just been thinking a lot about my husband and have asked my brother to help us financially since my husband can't. You knew that your husband was having a hard time with work at the moment and have been using that situation to get money from Leonard. And the reason why he wasn't able to come today was due to him being sick right now, but you used this chance to try and solidify the lie even more by saying he was working right now. Right? No, that's not it at all. I've already spoken with Leonard about this, and we're not sending you any more money. So now you can live with that reality in your head. I will not allow you both to do that to me. That was all just a lie from him. I'm going to talk with my brother right now and hear what he has to say. Go ahead and talk with your brother. Hey, Leonard, right now Susan is saying all kinds of strange things about you that I don't like. She keeps talking about how she's not going to send us money anymore. That's all a lie, right?
We're done sending you money. Why wouldn't we stop after hearing what your husband said? We spoke with him over the phone earlier. His company never went through any kind of restructuring, and he never ended up losing a lot of his pay because of it.
Well, that was all...
And you talking about him working his butt off all the time was also a lie, right? He told us that he had a cold today, and that's why he wasn't able to come to the wedding. You really wanted money from me that badly? So you made a huge lie like this?
Hey, I had no other choice, all right? I've been needing money for a while now. Normally, if I asked you for money, you'd never send me anything because you're a penny pincher, right? So it's your fault that I had to resort to telling you a lie like that.
What was that? You better calm it down right now before I come find you and make this all better in 1 quick second. Do you not see how messed up you seem right now, saying things like that to me?
So, you guys are really going to stop sending me money now, right? You're not going to help me financially anymore, right?
That's right. Your husband didn't even know about how Susan and I have been sending you money this whole time. You've been keeping all that money to yourself then, right? We are not going to be used like tools by somebody as heartless as you.
I never meant to keep all the money you sent to myself, though. I wanted to talk with him about it properly, but, well, I never found the right time to talk with him about it.
No matter what you say now, I'm not giving you any more money. Susan's already pissed at me for having helped you this long, and I can see why now. Amy, what the hell was up with you treating Susan like that all the time when she's been helping me give you money?
And I told you all about that before, right? I'm not going to sit here and let some loser like her yell at me and try to lecture me all the time.
A loser? All she did was tell you not to park your bike in an area that clearly stated that you couldn't park your bike there. She's not a loser for that. She's a responsible adult. Something you still can't seem to grasp the idea of.
She cannot get that upset at me over it, though. It was just a bike. I was parking there.
And it said, no bikes on the sign. The way you acted towards my wife is wild to me, and something I never expected from you. I know that I messed up by leaving things like this for the longest time now, but the fact that even after 2 years, you're still causing trouble for her, I can't just leave things be the way they are anymore.
I see what's going on here. You're going to side with your wife now and throw your little sister away, huh?
Yep. After all I've seen from you, I can't help you anymore. No matter how you try and spin this, you've been in the wrong this whole time anyway.
You're the worst. You are a total freak of an older brother. I hope you burn in hell for this.
You're even worse than I thought 2 seconds ago.
Hey, you need to do something about this now. I get that I did something wrong here, so go and get my brother to calm down now. I did something wrong? Sorry, Amy, but I'm not going to help you out of this mess. I just had a great talk over the phone with your husband, and I told him everything that's wrong with you and your personality. Huh? Right now it seems that your husband is ticked off, so Are you sure you'll be okay? I'm getting a call from him right now. I think it's best you answer that call and apologize to him, right? If you don't start taking responsibility for what you've done, he might divorce you. Why are you doing all of this crap to me? You are a totally disgusting woman, if I can even call you a woman anymore. I haven't done anything wrong here. All I'm doing is acting like an adult and handling a bad situation involving you as at the center of it all. Now, before you whine at me anymore, you should really answer that call and talk to him. For crying out loud! Hey, what am I going to do? He told me he won't forgive me for this. He even began to talk about divorcing me. I'm asking you to please do something that'll change his mind. No thanks. I think he's on the right path getting a divorce from you. There's no point in him keeping you as his wife. You should be done with that now, right? I mean, you don't have to send me any more money now, right? This isn't about the money I've sent anymore, but about how you dug yourself a huge hole and won't be getting out of it. Whether this all had to do with you being in some debt or something, you deserve what's coming for you for lying to all of us like that. Huh? What do you mean debt? Well, listen to this. I was walking around the wedding and listening to others who were talking amongst each other, and I overheard something from someone I assume is one of your friends. She said to one of her other friends that right now you're working as a stripper and have a lot of debt you're trying to pay off, right? What? I get it all now. That's the reason you made such a big lie about it and wanted all that money from your brother and I. Well, no matter what the reason was, you're going to get what you asked for. This is all going to be the fruits of your horrible labors. No, that was just some kind of stupid joke she must have been telling. I have never once been a stripper in my life, all right? And actually, can you tell me who is saying that? They can't be saying things like that when my sister-in-law is around. Well, I've already heard what I needed to hear from them, and right now I've been texting all of that to your husband for you. Hey, why the hell would you do something like that? You are a total witch. You're going to make my life a total living hell now. And I told you that you deserve all of this. You need to find yourself a better job now, use that to pay off your debt, and then you'll be a lot better off, all right? Shut the hell up. All you've done to me is ruin my life, Susan. Can you at least get my brother to come to an understanding here? What? This is fake, right? What? What's going on? I'm not able to get a call through to him. It's telling me that the contact has blocked me. Wait, really? I think your brother's had enough of you. Which is funny because he always liked you a lot as his little sister before today. This is all screwed up. I just wanted to come here and enjoy his wedding with him today. This is all completely screwed up. I'm going to go and tell my mom and dad about this. That's not going to happen. You're no longer allowed to come back into the wedding. Huh? Actually, just a second ago, Leonard went and opened that present from you, and he opened it to only find 5 cents. And that letter you wrote to me saying all sorts of horrible slander about me, he was completely speechless reading that. He told me it was like reading a hate letter from an elementary schooler. And so what? I was just playing around a little with that gift and letter. And, well, your parents got to see him open that present up and read the letter. Neither of your parents looked very pleased with you anymore. I don't think either of them ever thought their own daughter would do something like this at her older brother's wedding. Wait, no! That letter was aimed at you and only you! It doesn't matter who it was meant for. And since that happened, your family told the staff you are no longer allowed to come into this wedding. So can you please be quiet and just go home for me now? You told me already that before the wedding started, you'd be going anyway, right? But that was... Look, you are being really mean to me. The only one that's been mean today is the person that only gave 5 cents as a present at a wedding and then proceeded to write a letter saying vulgar things about the bride. For the rest of the day, you won't be able to come into this building, so just get lost. Not even Mom or Dad will answer their phones now. How could they? I'm going to be all alone after this. And that's the way you belong. It sucks, but you asked for all of it. Maybe this time you'll learn to act like a responsible adult and start a new life with new people that'll learn to like you. This is all the worst. Why are you talking to me like this doesn't affect you at all? You may have been really upset with me because I always lectured you like you think, but look at it this way. Now I won't be around you anymore for you to have to listen to me teach you how to be a good person. I think when I'm not there anymore warning you about what you should be doing, you'll understand why I was trying to help you. What are you talking about? You have no right saying that to me now, and I'm never going to have anyone around me again. Well, I was just telling you how things will be. Now, the wedding is going to be starting really soon here. Hey, hold on a moment. Please help me out here. No way. I can't anymore. I hope you can find yourself a new lecturing old hag to be there for you when you need to learn a lesson. After that, Amy realized that she was indeed not able to get herself back into the wedding and had to go back to her house with tears rolling down her face. Her husband was pissed by what he learned about her doing, and so he had a divorce paper ready to go for her when she got back to the house. But instead of beginning to try and apologize to him over what had happened, she began to start making up even more excuses for all of it. And seeing her not even take responsibility still for what she'd done, the flame he had in his heart for her was finally extinguished. As she stood there continuing to go off about how this was all my fault or all my husband's fault, he took her by the hand and told her to get all her things and leave. She stood there in disbelief at what he was saying to her, but right before she began to get upset with him, he put her outside the apartment and began to get all her things together with the door locked. And only a few minutes after that, he opened the door, handed her all her things, and then slammed it right in her teary-eyed face. With Amy now being kicked out of his apartment for good, she tried to go to her brother to get his help with all of this again. But he never unblocked her after what she'd said to him, so ever since the wedding, she's had no way of getting in touch with him. She doesn't even know the address of the place we're living in right now, so she had no choice but to head back to her parents' place. And with the help of her parents, they got her a job working at a factory in town and are forcing her to work there until she's paid off every penny of her debt. It's been a year now since that all took place, but even now it doesn't seem like she's learned much from the wrongs she'd done. And so even to this day, she goes around blaming others for her problems, and it makes me really sad for her, to be honest. She'll go to people at the factory complaining about how her whole family is against her, and will even go to whatever friends she has left asking them if they know who it was that was talking about her in a bad way at the wedding for me to overhear. I just can't believe there are people on this planet who are so self-centered as her, who think they can get away with anything and they'll never be to blame if caught. But I guess if she still hasn't learned now, then she's never going to turn out to be a decent human and really can go rot in hell like she should have done a long time ago. As for Leonard and myself, we were able to have a fantastic wedding back then. And even after a year, we're still together, feeling as though we only got married yesterday. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be talking to Leonard about how I want to have a baby soon. And I'll see what kind of response I'll get from him then. As for Amy's now ex-husband, he's given up on wanting a partner for the rest of his life and has decided to stay a bachelor for life, only focusing on his job. And I really can't blame him for that, since the last woman he was with was a total witch and never seemed to give any thought about him. I know I really shouldn't need to say this now, but when it comes to someone like Amy, I really do hope I never ever have to see her face ever again.
Samantha, what's the meaning of this? The house is completely empty. Did we get robbed or something?
Oh, that? I'm moving out. My bad. Thanks for everything.
Moving out? What do you mean you're moving out?
I'm saying that I'm moving out of the house. I didn't feel like separating your stuff and mine, so I just took everything with me. You're fine with that, right?
Of course I'm not okay with that. The house is practically empty. I'm going to need you to explain what's going on properly.
I've explained it a couple of times already. Have you always been this slow? I'm getting a divorce from you, which means I also am moving out. End of story. Anything else you need me to explain?
I'm asking for a reason. You left without a single word. No discussions or anything.
The reason? The reason I left is because you're unreliable as a man.
What? I've done so much for you, though.
Ew. I can't stand a desperate man. You were just naive and useful enough, which is why I kept you around. You have no appealing points as a man.
This wouldn't happen because I paid off all your debts and now I'm no longer of use to you anymore, right?
You're correct. I'm finally free from your sorry excuse of a man. Man, was it a hard time being with you. I was so embarrassed to be seen in public with you.
This is just beyond cruel. I spent 10 long years paying off your debt.
Well, the fact that it took you 10 years to pay off a $2 million debt is where the problem is. A normal man would have paid it off at most in 3 years.
That is impossible. You're underestimating the outside world.
No, I'm definitely not. There are men in this world that make more money than you do. Besides, you tried to get me a part-time job, didn't you? That was so unattractive, I couldn't believe it. What man makes their wife work as well?
That's because you kept buying so much jewelry. It's already enough of a struggle to be paying off your debt. Plus, I didn't even try to make you work. I was just trying to discuss finances with you.
In the end, it just meant that you were indirectly telling me to work. I work hard enough being a housewife, but to add a job on top of that?
Housewife? When were you behaving like one? You always went out to do whatever else. You come home later than I do, and I'm the one coming home from work. I cook your dinner, clean the house, do our laundry. That was all me!
Really? I don't remember at all. Sorry.
There you go again. Whenever you know you're in the wrong, you just pretend to forget. You always.
I have no interest in hearing your complaints. Thanks for helping out with my debt. This means you are no longer needed in my life, so our marriage is over.
You're the absolute worst.
Goodbye. Hey, Tate. I saw Samantha out in town just now.
Huh, really?
Yeah, she was attached to some random dude I've never seen before. Are you guys okay? I thought about saying something to her as her sister-in-law, but by the time I gained the courage, she was gone. I always told you that she was trouble. I'm definitely right.
Yeah, you were. She moved out earlier today.
What?
When I came back from home from my business trip, the house was empty. She announced that she was divorcing me and that she moved out.
She just took everything and left? Crazy.
You know, that makes sense. She was seeing another dude. Well, I mean, I had a feeling she was.
Wait, her leaving you now can't be a coincidence.
Yep, I paid off her debt, which means I'm no longer needed in her life. She had that plan the entire time. Makes sense why she didn't want to have any kids either.
Thank goodness that you had a backup plan just for something like this. I did warn you that something like this might happen.
Yeah, I didn't want to believe you, but you kept bugging me about it. Thanks for looking out for me, sis.
Glad to have a sister around, aren't you? So, what are you gonna do now?
Firstly, I'm gonna contact my lawyer. Man, I really didn't think that this would happen.
I was impressed that you guys were married for 10 years. Anyone could see that she wasn't a good person.
Well, yeah, but she had her moments.
You're not telling me that you still have some sort of feelings for her, right?
After all that she said to me, definitely not. Although I do admit I might be feeling rather lonely.
Well, anyways, you should move out of that house. It's way too big for just you alone, and I'm sure it holds some bitter memories now.
Yeah, I'll do that. Since she took everything, packing shouldn't be an issue.
You're going to have to cling to any positivity you can. I can help out a bit with the moving. I weirdly like seeing empty houses. I want to see how yours look.
Sure, I'll be home for today and tomorrow, so drop by anytime. Thanks for helping me feel better.
No problem at all. I'll head over after I pick up some things. If you have anything you want me to get, just let me know.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, I found the she-devil. She's still with that man. I'm gonna do some snooping.
Huh? Hey, wait!
Hey, you. I got a call from the lawyer. What's going on? They were going on about something with $2 million and a prenup of whatever. I got rather agitated and hung up, so you deal with this.
Samantha, you have no intentions of coming back, right?
Of course not. Even if the world were to end and we were the last two people alive, I still wouldn't want to be with you ever again. Why don't you go look for a girl who has some use for you?
Is that so? Well, then you're gonna have to pay me back that $200,000.
What are you saying? Where to pay you back? Do you know how hard it was to be with you for 10 years?
Do you know how I felt working those 10 years paying off your debt?
No, I don't, and I don't care enough to find out. Besides, you were with me. That should have been the happiest 10 years of your life. To a man like you, I was the biggest treasure.
You can keep all that confidence for all I care, but do you remember that contract that I had you sign 10 years ago?
What contract?
The contract is about paying back your debts. I handed you the contract telling you to look it over and sign it afterwards.
I don't remember anything like that. What of it?
That contract stated that if we were ever to get a divorce, you would have to pay me back the amount of money I paid your debts off. I have a contract with me right now with your signature on it.
What? What does that mean?
Look, you may think that you got lucky with me paying off your debt, but now you're in a situation of owing me money. You have to pay off a loan to me.
What?
I had no intention of charging you since we were married, but since we're divorced, I have no qualms about forcing you to pay me back.
What? What is going on? I didn't hear about this. I don't know anything about this.
The contract has your signature on it.
I don't know anything about what's written on it, so that contract has to be invalid, right?
Wrong. You signed it. I'm sure you signed it without reading it just to make sure that I pay your debts. But you signed it regardless.
This is wrong. A contract like that was only made to keep me chained to you.
If we were to get divorced in a way that I could have agreed on, then I wouldn't be using this against you. I only kept it as backup. I thought that you understood that. Yet you humiliated me and tossed me aside. That means I have every right to charge you. Don't think you can escape this. I have all the documents ready. If you have no intent on paying me back, then I'll just go to the police and sue you.
Hang on. I got it, okay? But think about it. I can't just pay you back that largest sum immediately.
It's not my business. You're bound by this contract to pay me back. That's all that matters to me.
Tate, I got it. You want to get back together with me, right?
What?
I'm moved by your will to win me back. You do want me back in your life. We should continue our lives with each other. You still haven't submitted divorce papers yet,
What are you talking about? I already handed it in ages ago.
right? What? Why? I know that I left them for you, but you already turned them in? It hasn't even been a day.
Do you think I would want to get back together with you? I'm actually quite scared of how full of yourself you are.
You really going to force me to pay you back $2 million? I can't pay that much. I don't have to pay money that I can't afford to pay, right? I mean, I can't pay for it.
As I said before, you underestimate the world. You made me pay your debt for 10 years, and yet you claim to be unable to.
You decide to pay my debts out of your own free will. You can't be complaining about this now.
Like I said, I had no intention of having you pay me back. I only kept the contract in case you were playing me. I never expected to have to use it against you.
I won't forgive you for this. I won't give you a single penny.
You're gonna have to, one way or another. Where are you right now? Let's have our lawyers discuss this with each other.
Why would I do that? I'm coming with Joseph to you.
Joseph? Who?
My boyfriend. Unlike you, Joseph is a real man.
So you were cheating on me. The man you were seen out walking with today was him, wasn't it?
I was dreaming of the day I could be with him. It's not cheating. I truly love him.
Don't care. Also, what is he gonna do when you guys get here?
Peacefully hand over that contract, or else who knows what Joseph will do to you.
Huh? Would that happen to be the man downstairs holding a metal pipe?
Yup, it'll be super bad for you if you get him angry. So what will you do? If you hand over the contract, we'll leave without causing you any harm.
Like I would ever do that. I'm calling the police.
Is that so? Well then, I see we'll just have him force you to hand it over.
He's already in my room. Stop punching the door. I'll call the cops for Wait.
Wait, Jasmine? This is an unlawful arrest. The one who should be taken away is the beast of a woman. Why does Joseph have to be the one getting arrested?
Unlawful? Sis did nothing wrong. Plus, he was trying to enter my home while being armed. That's a major offense.
That doesn't mean she had to attack him until he was knocked out.
Sis just dodged his swing. He just lost his balance, fell over, and was knocked out from the impact of hitting the ground. What's his deal?
No, that's not right. That demon, Jasmine, knocked him out. We're suing you guys for assault.
Oh, well, sue to your heart's content, but I hope you remember that this apartment is filled with security cameras. There's no way that one of those cameras didn't catch what happened outside. Make sure you pay me back. After what happened today, the police are watching you closely. Can't run now.
I'll do anything, so please forgive me. There's no way I can pay you back.
Why don't you just rely on that Joseph guy?
Joseph was on probation. After today, there's no way he's not getting sent back to jail.
What? Are you serious?
I didn't expect him to break down that door either. I only wanted him to scare you a bit, but I guess he got too caught up in the moment.
Okay, well, regardless, I have no intentions of letting you off. I expect you to pay me back. Also, everything that you took from my house will need to be paid back.
Why? I'm apologizing for you this much. Why won't you forgive me?
I've already explained this multiple times. Were you always this slow? Maybe it's because it finally registered in her head that she won't be forgiven, but she headed straight to town. Just as Samantha said, Joseph, whom she had planned on marrying, was sent to jail, and now she has to work part-time to pay off the debt. He's paying it off slowly, but at this rate, she'll probably be spending the next 20 years paying this off. I don't care much about her paying me back, but I do hope that she learns her lesson within these 20 years. As for me, I moved out of the place I lived in with Samantha and rented an apartment, starting the life of living alone again. The money I spent 10 years paying off her debt can now be used for myself. I weirdly feel rich, and I'm not sure how I should be spending all this money. Well, I do plan on taking my caring sister out to a fancy meal since she helped me out a lot.
Hi, Dad. How have you been? I have some amazing news to share with you. I'm getting married!
Oh, wow! That's great! Your mother never mentioned that things were so serious between you and your boyfriend.
Actually, Mom didn't know that I was in a serious relationship either. I only told her yesterday, so she was pretty surprised. I wanted to tell the both of you in person, but it seems that you're really busy, so I texted you guys instead.
You're right. I've been pretty busy lately. But this is important. I can make time for you. When do you want to come over?
That sounds great. Let me check my schedule and get back to you. You'd be surprised to know that you've already met my fiancé.
What do you mean by that?
You'll see when you meet him. I'm so excited.
Okay. What's your fiancé like?
He works at a company that happens to be one of your clients. His name is Nate. Does that ring a bell?
Oh yes, it does. I know Nate. He works in sales, doesn't he? He's really good at his job, too. Well done. You picked a good guy to marry.
Well, it's not like I selected him from a group of men or anything. We just found that we have a lot in common. Anyway, I look forward to introducing you and Mom to Nate.
How about next weekend? Does that work for the two of you?
I think so. I'll write it down on my calendar. See you next week then. I'll make sure that Nate is available too. I'll get back to you when I know for sure, okay? Oh, I heard from Mom that you've been working on the weekends as well. Don't work too hard though. You need to rest too. What are you working on that is keeping you so busy?
I suppose it just means that my position in the company is becoming more senior. Being promoted isn't all fun. It means more responsibility too.
Oh, so that means you got a promotion then? But why did the company lower your salary? It doesn't seem fair.
What are you talking about?
Mom told me that they lowered your salary, but you've been working longer hours with no overtime. I don't think that you should let the company abuse you like this.
They're not abusing me. You don't need to worry about that. I've been assigned some new tasks, and it's taking me some time to get used to them. Your mother shouldn't have said anything to you.
Oh. Alright then. I guess that makes sense because Nate tells me that your company takes great care of its employees. He told me that it didn't make sense that they were making you do more work for less money.
You don't need to be concerned. I can take care of myself. Nate doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't even work for the same company that I do. He'll understand when he's older and more mature. Besides, I'm getting benefits that are only available to people in my position. But because we get these benefits, we're not allowed to charge for overtime. So basically, I get paid an annual salary and no overtime. Do you get how it works now?
Of course I knew that. What I'm trying to tell you is that it doesn't make sense that they lowered your annual salary. If you got a promotion, your salary would stay the same or be raised.
Look, I don't want to talk about this anymore with you. I need to get back to work now. See you next week.
You're still working?
I am. So I really don't have time to be talking to you over chat. I look forward to sitting down with Nate and getting to know him better.
Okay. See you next week then. Good luck with work. A few days later. Mom, don't you think that Dad's been acting strange lately? I feel like he's hiding something from us. I agree. He's not quite himself these days. But hey, you don't need to worry about it. I can handle your father on my own. I told him my wedding date, but Dad didn't seem too interested. It kind of felt like he already had plans on that day. It feels like he's not even excited that I'm getting married. Me getting married is kind of a big deal. I expected him to be more enthusiastic than this. I'm sure that he's thrilled that you're getting married to Nate. He just has a weird way of showing it. Work is keeping him really busy and he hasn't gotten the chance to be happy about your engagement yet. He won't miss your wedding though. He loves you too much. Perhaps we can all sit down and talk about things when the time is right. What do you mean by that? You're making me think that something bad is going to happen to our family. I'm an adult, Mom. You don't need to hide anything from me. I can handle it. I don't want Nate to pick up on the fact that things are awkward in our family right now. You have a point. I was planning on telling you, but I didn't want to ruin your engagement or your wedding. I haven't said anything to your father about this, so will you keep it between us for now? I want to process things before I go and have a talk with your father. What do you need to process? I won't tell Dad, so please, tell me what's going on. It seems that your father is in love with someone else. What? So he's cheating on you then? Yes, but I didn't want to say anything until your wedding was over. I can't believe that Dad would do this to you. It's unforgivable. I'd like to have a word with him about this. And that's exactly what I don't want you to do. Let me talk to him when I'm ready. I'm still sorting things out. I'm also gathering all the evidence that I need. Wow. You're really handling this on your own? I'm proud of you, Mom. If Nate ever cheated on me like this, I'd go crazy. Yeah, it's best not to be cheated on. But if you have been, then the best way to deal with it is through revenge. I'm going to make sure that my plans don't interfere with your wedding, though. If it were just an affair, I might have been able to get past it, but the person he's cheating with is the other problem. What do you mean? The day of the wedding.
I'm in the middle of work right now. I can't pick up the phone right now.
How could you be at work right now? Call me back now! 3 hours later.
I'm still working. I'll get back to you later.
It's Saturday! And do you know what day it is today?
I'm on a business trip. I'm busy. What do you want?
Do you really have to ask? You're unbelievable!
What do you mean by that? I'm working. Show a little respect. Now stop texting me. I've got to go now.
I can't believe that you're the one getting mad about this. Do you understand what you're doing to our family?
What do you mean? I'm working for my family. I really have to go. Stop bothering me.
You're so clueless, it makes me sick. I'm ashamed to have you as my father. I really hate you right now, and you're not the person that I thought you were.
What's with all the name calling? You're the one that's bothering me. Why are you so pissed? Now can you please let me get back to work?
Well, what kind of father forgets about his own daughter's wedding?
What?
I can't believe that you didn't come to my wedding. And I won't ever forgive you for it. So you forgot about my wedding because you were so preoccupied about going on your stupid trip with your young lover? Did I get that right?
Wait, how do you know about the trip?
Can you really call yourself a good father and husband after what you've done? You're dating someone that is close to my age. And you're so obsessed with her that you forgot to come to my wedding. How could you?
Wait, today's your wedding?
Yes, it is! Well, it's too late because you've already ruined everything. The wedding is over. And you didn't walk me down the aisle like you promised you would. I despise you.
It was an honest mistake. I didn't forget out of spite. Miranda, I'm so sorry about this. I'll find a way to make it up to you.
It's too late for your apologies. The damage has already been done.
But
You hurt me and Mom enough by having an affair, but on top of that, you forgot to come to my wedding? How could you?
I'm on a business trip, not a holiday. It's not my fault. And I'm not having an affair. This is all a big misunderstanding.
I see. So you're just going to continue lying to my face then? I spoke with the CEO of your company. He told me that you aren't on a business trip. Does that mean that he's the one that's lying?
You spoke to the CEO?
Well, he was at my wedding, so I thought I'd ask. I thought that it was strange that my father missed my wedding. When do you plan on telling us the truth? You can't run from this.
Why was the CEO at your wedding in the first place? Your wedding's not that important.
I see. So that's how you feel about my wedding then?
That's not what I meant. Your wedding is important to me, but why to our CEO? He doesn't know you personally.
You haven't been listening to anything I told you, huh? My fiance Nate is the son of the CEO of your client's company.
What? So you're marrying the son of a CEO?
Yes. So the CEO of your company attended as a guest of Nate's family. You should have known all this. Most of senior management was at our wedding.
Oh my. This can't be good for me.
No, it's not. And you're the one that caused this to happen. Are you starting to realize the gravity of your actions? Mom and I are in a really awkward position because of you. Well, your punishment is coming your way, so be prepared.
I'm on my way to the wedding venue right now. I'm sure that it's not too late.
I already told you that it's too late. The wedding is finished. So there's no point in you coming here. I'm cutting all ties with you.
Isn't that a little extreme? Give me a chance to make amends. I'm your father. You can't cut me out of your life.
Well, what kind of father forgets about his daughter's wedding to go on a trip with his lover? You're not my father anymore. And Mom feels the same way. She wants nothing to do with you. She's going to divorce you.
Divorce? She hasn't said anything to me about that. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm not having an affair? What can I do to have you believe me?
You're a disgrace. Why don't you stop lying? No one believes anything that you say. And you can't deny it because I already know the truth. Do you know why?
Aren't you just making this all up?
Then how come I know how old your lover is then? Mom hired a private investigator and she has all the information about your affair. Your lover happens to work at the same company as Nate.
I can't believe that your mother hired a private investigator!
Well, she was smart to do so. I don't consider you to be my father anymore. I don't want you to get in touch with me ever again. Nate already told his parents about your affair.
So Nate's father knows?
Yes, he does. And Mom told the CEO of your company. Practically everyone knows about your affair now.
How can she do this to me?
To you? You did this to us! Why don't you have a talk with your CEO and see what he thinks about your affair? That is, if you even have the courage to ask for a one-on-one meeting with your CEO.
Miranda, I apologize about missing your wedding. That was not my intention. You have to believe me.
It's too late to regret anything. It's already done. Your life as you know it ended the minute you decided to have an affair. You chose a really bad person to have an affair with as well. And it was stupid of you to plan a trip with her on the same day as my wedding.
How many times do I have to apologize about missing your wedding? I'm really sorry and I mean it. I'm going to make it up to you.
And how are you going to do that? Well, you just pay the alimony that you owe Mom and leave us alone. Mom and I are no longer on your side. You're on your own.
Do you have to be so hard on me? People make mistakes. We all do. Let me explain, and I'm sure that you and your mother will find it in your hearts to forgive me.
Well, I don't have the time to listen to your lame excuses. There's never a good reason for cheating on your spouse. I got married today, and I'm happy. I don't need my former father trying to ruin it for me. Please stop texting me.
I've been a good father to you. You can't cut me out because of one mistake.
You may have been a good father to me in the past, but that's in the past now.
What else do you want me to say?
Good luck with your life. It was nice knowing you. Have a happy life with your lover. Afterward, Miranda's father, Sean, showed up at the wedding venue, but it was too late. All the guests had already left. Miranda blocked his number, so he was no longer able to get in touch with her. Sean's wife, Melanie, filed for a divorce and requested that he pay her alimony. Sean ended up borrowing money to pay the alimony to his ex-wife, and he was kicked out of the house. Things became uncomfortable for Sean at the workplace, too, and he ended up leaving. Sean's lover quit her job, too, but things weren't so bad for her because she got married to her young fiancé. Sean was all alone and lost everything that was important to him. If only he hadn't been so stupid to start an affair. We can't help but feel a little sorry for what happened to him in the end.
I can't believe that my Owen is going to be getting married to someone like you. Good evening, Carla. I know that I'm going to be new to the family, but I hope that I can get along with all of you. I don't see there being any way you'll get along with the rest of us here. I'm thinking that your marriage to my son is going to end up worse than how you think it started. And I would like for you to not even think of me as your mother-in-law when you come around me. Because I sure don't think of you as my daughter-in-law. What? What are you talking about? I'm saying that I do not like the fact that you're marrying my son. I decided that I don't like your marriage today, as a matter of fact. You did? I can understand you being a little uneasy about it, but the wedding is going to be next weekend. Why are you only telling me now that you're against me being married to Owen? I have no reason to be letting my son, of all people, become married to some poor woman like you. What? Did you just call me a poor woman? Like someone that doesn't have a whole lot of money kind of poor? I'm sure you only want to be married to him for his money, right? I've told Owen already to give you up. But that boy isn't bothering to listen to me about any of it. Even still, I'm not going to let the two of you be married for long. It's not too late yet, so I want you to give up on your marriage to him. How does that sound? I'm not going to give up on being Owen's wife. I'm not sure where you're coming from calling me poor. Since when did I ever seem like the kind of person that doesn't have a whole lot of money? If you're worried about something like that, then please relax and know that you don't have to be worried. And you think there's a good enough reason for me to calm down right now? I cannot allow you to continue asking my son for his money. You think I'm asking him for money? Where are you hearing about all of this from? I'm sure you already know the answer to all of that. I think before your wedding with Owen, you should take the time to sit back and think things through again. Because I am most definitely not going to allow you to have that wedding. Goodbye now. I have no idea what you're going on about right now. I'm going to have a word with Owen about all of this. I just had a small conversation with your mom, and she has this idea that for some reason I'm not well off. Did something happen with her to make her think that about me? She was also talking about how I've been borrowing money from you. I'm really not sure where she heard about that from.
I see. My mom is always the type that lets her imagination run wild and really get to her. I think she's just a little confused is all. Perhaps having her one and only son leaving the house after becoming married is really starting to get to her. And because of that, she started to overthink things too much, and that's led to her believing things that aren't true.
So that's what all of this is about? Well, that makes a lot of sense now. I understand how it must feel to have only one child. I'm the same way to my parents, as they stopped after only having me.
But your house happens to be completely different from the house I've been raised in. I'm actually so very happy to have become so close to you and your family, and I'm excited to see them again at the wedding!
What do you mean my family is different from yours? I'm not really sure why you're happy, but I'm glad you're happy being around my parents. So this means we can go on with having the wedding next weekend and won't have to make any changes to it? I wonder if your mom is doing okay. Do you think I should say anything to her about it?
No, you can just leave her be. Let me take care of her and her wild imagination. I'm already used to her and all this crap she has going on, so I can manage it somehow.
I see. Then please and thank you. I would really like for everyone to get along with one another by the time of the wedding, as it would make everything a lot more fun for us. Have you come around to realizing what I've been saying this whole time? I'm happy I waited to come here around the same time you did in order to get you like that. You're never to come around my son and I again, you moneyless whore. Do you understand me? Did you really just go through with punching me in the gut over your thoughts of me not having any money? What the hell is going on inside that head of yours? I never thought that you'd become so bad that you'd resort to violence with me. This is the first time in my life that I've ever had to meet someone as off-putting as you. I'm not going to let you get away with something like that. Go ahead and say whatever you'd like about me. I just want to make sure that this wedding is canceled before it gets started. I'm sure it's not going to be happening now, though, right? You actually thought I'd let my son marry a poor woman like you? I am really shocked by this, Carla. To think that you'd get so upset like that without ever actually coming around to understanding the person I am and what my position is. You're the one who appears to not understand a thing about us. Well, if me having punched you in the gut of yours has taught you anything, it should be about the kind of person you really are to us. So give up. Never come around my son again. I am never going to let a parasite that wants to feed off my son's money have any of it. And I am not going to allow this wedding to go on anymore as his mother. Cancel all of this right now. Is that really what you want me to do? Of course it is. And you're going to cancel it whether you agree with me or not. I'll find a way to get this whole event canceled. Well, you don't have to do that, as I fully understand what you want now. I'll handle the wedding and have it canceled for all of us. So please, just stay away from me as I go and do my thing. I'll be making sure all those that are already here know to go home, and then we won't have to disappoint any more of our guests today. And as for Owen, I'm no longer going to be bothering with him. I don't want to see you ever again, Carla, so this wedding is off. Are you happy with all that? If you can do all that for me, then I'll forgive you for ever laying your filthy hands on my boy. Tell him he's no longer your husband and cancel all of this. And never appear in front of our faces ever again. Understood. I am completely fine with all that. And just to make sure he never talks to you again, I'm going to have him block you on his phone. Actually, better yet, could you be so kind as to block him on your phone as well? I don't want you to even talk with him anymore, because the next time you do, I'm not going to be as calm as I've been today. Understood. I will do everything and all that you ask me to do. But can you promise me one thing before I go? What is it? Never come around me again yourself, you awful criminal! What did you just call me? Now I'll be going. Have a good one, Carla. Hey, why aren't you answering your phone right now? You have been getting calls from both me and my son all day long. Hurry up and answer one of us right now. I have no reason to be talking to you both anymore. You told me to block Owen's number on my phone, right? So I did just that and haven't noticed any calls coming from him. This is what you wanted me to do, right? This is not about any of that. This is about me making a huge mistake. Is that right? Did you finally go and listen to what your son has been saying to you? That's probably why you're freaking out right now and have been trying to get in touch with me again. You learned about who I really am. Owen has always known about who I am, but you never seemed to care like he did. He and I have been doing our best to hide the real me in order to protect myself and the wedding. But recently, things with you have been really out of control, haven't they? Well, you were finally told by Owen who I really am, and that happens to be the daughter of a very wealthy CEO. So, he really wasn't lying to me. Why did you guys choose to never tell me the truth? Had one of you just told me sooner, then I would have never started calling you some moneyless whore like before. The reason I didn't tell you is in order to keep those that try and come after my family's money away. Keep them away? But if you had told me about your true position sooner, things like yesterday would have never happened between us. What do you mean by things like yesterday? You're telling me that if you knew I was the daughter of a CEO, you would have never punched me in the stomach? Oh, that's right! Is that so? So then what you're telling me is that in your mind, it's okay to go around punching the poor? Gotcha. You are one hell of a monster, Carla. You don't have to sit there calling me a monster. It's rude. Well, now that I've had time to talk with both you and Owen, there's no longer a misunderstanding between all of us. Do you think you guys can have your wedding next weekend? Excuse me? What the hell are you going on about now? Well, yesterday we had that wedding of yours canceled without any thought. But now that I've had a chance to learn about the real you, I think you and Owen can have that wedding next week. How does that sound to you? What are you talking about? Owen and I are not together anymore. I did everything you asked me to, and I blocked Owen for good. Well, that's not a problem, though. You can unblock him now and get back to being a couple. I would really like to think of you as my own daughter now, so please start talking to him again. What? Your behavior has done a 180, and now you want me back together with Owen again? What do you want out of all this? Let me tell you something, Carla. Your son was the one who wanted to be married to me for my money. Owen wanted you for your money? I had made sure to hide a lot of things from everyone about my family. But he went ahead and took a delve into my family himself. And after seeing that my family happens to have a lot of money, he went wild and started spending all the money he had on things he never really needed, thinking I'd be there to bring in the money after the wedding. After he learned that I'm the daughter of a CEO, he wanted the two of us getting married as soon as possible. Well, I found out about all that not too long ago, and I am pissed. Well, your wedding being canceled and all that has really pissed Owen off as well. He's so upset with everything right now that I can't manage to calm him down any. He even came after me, his own mother, and hit me, causing me to feel some real pain. So please, Stacy, you're the only one who can stop my son from going on this rampage after losing his wedding. Please don't tell me that you don't want to be married to him anymore. Geez, you both are complete idiots. What? I have nothing to do with any of that now, and you were the one that wanted the wedding canceled in the first place, right? I was just being kind and obeyed your commands yesterday. You should be thankful that I listened to you and everything went to plan. But this is not at all what I had planned on. I was confused at the time and didn't know a thing about the real you, Stacy. And at the time, I had really wanted to be married to him as well, but things started to feel off about things with him. And before I knew it, I could tell that he wasn't with me out of the love he had for me, but something else. But after having you go on and on about how I was the one wanting to marry him for his money and later punching me in the gut over it, I realized what was really going on. I'm going now. Wait a second, Stacy. I made a big mistake. I made a terrible mistake and started to just assume you had no money. And because of that terrible mistake, you assaulted me. Perhaps the apple really doesn't fall that far from the tree then. I assumed that all that money that my son was having to pay was because of you and not him. I'm his mother, and I never wanted to believe that it was my own son who was going out and recklessly spending his money. But I know the truth now very well. He's been the one spending all the money. And he was hiding all that from me as well. Luckily, though, one of my dad's employees found out about his debt. I am so sorry for asking you to cancel your wedding like that yesterday night. But now that we're all open about things and know the truth, let's have that wedding for real this time. You said that you're the daughter of a CEO who's very well off, so having a second wedding should be a piece of cake, right? Do you think you can hurry all this up and put together another wedding for you and Owen? What kind of games are you trying to play with me today? What? How many times am I going to have to say this in order for you to understand me? Things between Owen and I are over. Things are over? What the hell do you mean, though? I'd like to ask you a lot about that as well. What the hell do you mean with all of that crap? Owen and I are finished. It's over. He and I are no longer a thing anymore. The wedding was canceled yesterday, and he and I are no longer going to be married. No way. Oh, were you and him not going to get married to one another over the feelings you both had? We had planned on being married based off our love for each other, but those feelings I had for him are long gone now. All because of you, Carla. That wedding was supposed to be a huge deal for my family, and my dad was putting in $100,000 to make sure it was perfect for Owen and I. What? But because you wanted it canceled so badly that you would punch me, it went bye-bye. Isn't that wonderful? Wait, $100,000 for that wedding? What the hell? Do weddings like that really cost that kind of ridiculous amount of money? Well, they do when you're the one and only daughter of a very successful CEO. He thought that was the perfect amount to spend on my wedding. But my dad was against me getting married to Owen for a long time before the wedding came about, so I'm a bit surprised myself that he was willing to spend that much. At first, he would always get on about me finding myself a better man, but no matter how much he tried to turn me away from Owen, I wanted to be married to him. Owen was the man for me, and I wanted to be his wife. But in the end, we learned a lot about you and him, and things changed. I really should have listened to my dad a bit more and gave up on Owen. But it's all in the past now. I think quite the opposite, actually. I think that Owen would be the perfect man for you. I think you being married to him would be the best thing for everyone. Well, whether you want me to be with him now or not, you were the one that ruined the chances of me ever being his wife. I'm glad that things ended up this way for everyone. So, you're being serious about not marrying my son then? And you're saying it's all because of me? You might think of it as being your fault, but I'm thankful for what you did. I've been trying to apologize to you for all that, though, about what happened yesterday. I am so sorry. I'm asking you to please marry my son for me now. If you don't take him as your husband, who knows what he's going to do to me? Well, I couldn't care less what he has in store for you. And hearing that he's being violent towards you really makes it so that I don't want to be around you both. What a joke of a man he is, being violent with his own mother like that. One other thing. Since you were the one that wanted the wedding canceled, and it was, in the end, for your sake, there is going to be a fee. Canceling a wedding doesn't come free of charge, so someone's going to have to pay up. What? There's a cancellation fee? And all of that, you're going to have to pay for. And there will also be the money I get from you for assaulting me yesterday as well. Wait a second. How much more are you going to make me suffer for all of yesterday? Well, I'm not doing all of this in order to make you suffer or anything. I just want you to have to think about everything you've done to me yesterday on my wedding day. Do you think what I've been telling you has all been wrong or something? Am I not allowed to fight back at you after you punched me in the gut? You're not wrong about anything, but don't you think you're going a bit too far with all of it? I'm just acting in a way I find perfectly fine after what's happened to me. And since you did assault me, the police are going to have to get involved in handling that. I hope you're ready for when they come looking for you. Stacy, calm down, please. I'm so very sorry about all of that. Just calm down now and think all of this through again. I'm very calm right now. And this is all the outcome of me thinking about it with a level head. Perhaps you should have been thinking a bit more yourself before you acted out. And so, with all of that, I'd like for you to have your son back, you moneyless idiot. In the end, the relationship between Owen and I really did come to an end. And in his anger because of it, Owen went ahead and forced his mom to have to pay for all the things he bought. A little while after that, I was introduced to a very outgoing man who my dad set me up with to make sure he wouldn't be into me for my money. We are planning to get married really soon and move into a house that we'll be buying with our savings instead of relying on all my dad's money for it. Unlike the life I'll be living now in happiness, Carla has been left with a lot of money that she now owes to many different people. And it seems the only hope she has for herself now is to find a job and start working for the rest of her life. I think she really should have thought her actions through a bit more before acting on them, but it's too late for anything like that now. I just hope that with this new road she's going to be on, there is no more physical fighting between her and her son.
Hello there, Tina. Are you there? I just had to talk with you about something rather quickly if you had the time. You do know about the family vacation that we're all going to be going on soon, don't you? I was just curious if you were actually thinking that you were going to be coming along with us. I guess what I'm really trying to ask is that you don't really think that you're a part of this family, do you? Because if you do, then I really just think that you need to wake up and face the real world. You are a nobody to us. You're nothing. And you are certainly not, nor will you ever be a member of this family.
Hello, Rachel. It's just so lovely to hear from you. Thank you so much for double-checking my schedule. Yes, I was, in fact, thinking of going on the trip, if you must know. After all, you were all going to go in our car, isn't that right?
Yes, we were going to use your car, but I don't see why you think that that gives you a right to come along with us. I mean, do you really need to tag along?
Well, it's been a long, long time since my husband and I have gotten to take a trip. But I remember that Dan mentioned wanting to stop at a nice brewery that was going to be on the way and asked if I wouldn't mind driving so he could drink a little. So actually, another reason why I was going along is to make sure that everyone can have safe, responsible fun. You actually have nothing to worry about, you see. I'll be the one driving.
Oh, please. What kind of stupid little excuse is that? Is that really the best you can come up with? You think you deserve to go with us just because you can drive? Anybody can drive, you know?
Sorry, did you even read the other messages I sent, or did you just zero in on the bit that you didn't want to hear?
Don't you get smart with me, young lady. I just want you to realize that you are not a part of our family and you never, ever will be. So quit trying to force your way into this vacation when you don't even belong. Don't you understand how rude you're being?
I really don't think that I'm being rude at all. If anything, you're the one trying to put me down and make me feel bad. But I'm afraid if you're not really going to change your mind about me at all, then all I can ask that you do is just have the patience to see the trip through to the very end. After all, it isn't like we all go on trips all the time together or something.
Well, of course we don't all take trips together more often. Who in their right mind would want to go anywhere with you, huh?
I fully understand what you're saying right now, Rachel. I have my own thoughts on the matter as well. But I don't think that we should be having this conversation via text. Maybe we could meet in person and talk? Because otherwise, I'm going to pick you all up in the car tomorrow at the time we all agreed on.
I just don't get what my little Dan was thinking. I mean, what drove him to marry a no-good, nasty woman like yourself? Not only is your personality awful, but you're older than him as well. I mean, you must have so much patience in dealing with you. You know, he used to date gorgeous women who were younger than him and knew how to show respect to their mother-in-law. Maybe if he had married one of them instead of you, then I would finally have a grandchild by now.
Sorry, are you talking about the ex-girlfriend that Dan had who stole all of his money and then ran away?
I don't really know all the details of why they broke up, so don't go quizzing me about my own son's love life. All I'm saying is that my son would be much, much, much better off with a woman who was younger than him.
If all that matters is age, then I guess that means I'm better for Dan than you are, isn't that right? Or am I misunderstanding the point that you're trying to make here?
Of course, that wasn't what I was trying to say, and you know that. Ugh. You really can be such a frustrating person to deal with, do you know that? I knew that I should have never ever allowed my son to marry someone like you.
Oh, I know exactly what you meant, but would you like to know how? It's because you've complained about my age to me over and over again. I mean, aren't you bored of having this same conversation all the time? I don't even need to guess at what you might say next because we've already done this several times.
And I'll say it as many times as I need to for you to get it through your head that you were too old for my son and that you were never going to be a part of this family. If you don't want to hear the truth about the matter, then you can just pack up your bags and leave. Otherwise, I'm going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing until you're at the very end.
The very end? What are you talking about now? The very end of what?
The very end of your wits, of course. And then you and Dan will finally get a divorce and I can start working on trying to set this family straight again. That's all I really want out of this.
So basically you're telling me that your whole purpose with treating me this poorly is just to get me to divorce Dan? Well, I don't know how many times we're going to have this conversation in that case. But if you are going to be saying the same things over and over again, then so will I. And I am telling you for the I don't even know how many time that Dan and I aren't getting a divorce, okay? So don't bother waiting, don't hold your breath, and don't think that any kind of miracle is going to happen for you.
Well, we'll just see about that, won't we? I wouldn't be so confident if I were you.
Well, I don't need confidence when I know that Dan and I have no intention of splitting up ever. I just know it won't happen. Anyways, if this is all that you're going to be saying to me now, I think I've had my fill and I'll be taking my leave now. I'll see you tomorrow when I go to pick you up with Dan. Hey, you were standing right behind me, weren't you? I know that it was you behind me in line. You pushed me into the bathroom and were holding the door closed so that I couldn't get out?
What on earth are you talking about? I didn't do anything, dear. But I guess it was bad fortune that someone just let that big, heavy crate slide right in front of the bathroom door, trapping you in there. But at least you won't have to worry about needing to use the toilet since you're going to be stuck there for a long, long time.
What is the matter with you, Rachel? Is this supposed to be some kind of prank or something? Because it isn't funny. What are you trying to pull here?
Well, isn't it obvious? I was just locking you in the bathroom, that's all. I sure hope someone comes by soon to let you out of there, though.
I don't get it. Why would you do this to me? I mean, Dan and I go to pick you up in the morning so that we can all enjoy going on a little vacation together, and you lock me in the bathroom? Are you really just going to try and keep me trapped here while you just drive away? Do you really think that you're going to get away with this? You've gone way too far right now.
I think the only person that was taking things too far was you. I told you that you were not welcome to come on this family vacation of ours, and you just didn't listen. But now at least we'll finally be able to enjoy ourselves in peace without you.
Well, I'm so happy that you're pleased with yourself right now, but just how long do you think that happiness is going to last? Hold on a second. Why can't I get a hold of Dan? Why won't he pick up my calls?
Well, that's because I told him that I'd hold on to his phone for him, of course. And then I'm going to tell him that you told me that you had an emergency come up. And I'll tell Dan all about how you had to leave early and called a taxi to come and pick you up. And then we can get on with our vacation and you can have fun waiting for someone to rescue you from the toilet.
Are you kidding me? Please tell me that you're not serious about that. Have you guys already left? Did you really just abandon me here?
That's right. We're on the road far, far away from you now. So your fate is out of our hands now. I just hope that someone comes along soon to let you out. Otherwise, you could be in there all night.
So you're sure that it's a good idea to just leave me here then? Is that really what you want to do?
Of course, that's what I want to do. What kind of question even is that? I thought I made it clear that I didn't want you coming on this trip at all.
All right, then fine. Have it your way. But just don't say that I didn't warn you. I hope you both get where you need to be safely.
Dana, are you there? I really have something that I need to talk to you about right now. Where are you? Please tell me.
Let me guess. Things went exactly as I thought they would for you. I heard all about how maybe an hour after you left me, you got on the freeway and ended up in a huge accident. I just hope this serves to teach you a lesson about what you did.
But where is everyone right now? Where are you? Where's Dan? Is Dan okay?
Dan is fine, actually. You were the one who sustained the worst of the injuries. But honestly, just what were you thinking? I mean, you realized that there wasn't anybody else to drive, right? I was coming along because I would have been the only other person capable of driving. But then you just had to go and pull your little prank and put our family in danger in the process. Tell me though, was it worth it?
You have no idea what you're talking about at all. I was in the car. I know how to drive.
Oh, really? Do you? Because if you did know how to drive, then just how did you all end up in that accident then, huh? I mean, you're lucky that you got away with just having your hip broken. You could have lost your life. Don't you realize that? You were acting like a complete idiot, and lo and behold, something bad happened to you.
What did you just call me? How dare you say that to me when I'm the one who got in an accident? I mean, sure, it had been maybe a decade since I last ever drove, but still, a car is a car and I know how to drive. I just didn't think that there'd be so many other cars, and I forgot how fast you have to go on the highway.
So basically, you didn't know how to drive, is what you're saying then. In fact, is your driver's license even still valid, or were you just driving around with an expired license? You know that means you could be arrested for what you did, don't you?
Wait, what? You think that I'm going to be arrested?
I mean, you were the one who was behind the wheel of the car. Who else would be liable? Dan and your husband were drinking, so they weren't going to drive, and the only sober person there was you. But you clearly don't know how to drive anymore, and you don't even have a valid license. You were driving, you caused the accident, it's your fault.
But that isn't fair. It's not like I forgot how to drive. Besides, it's not my fault that I can't get a new driver's license. It's those darn people at the DMV who refused to renew it for me.
That's right, I had almost forgotten about that. I remember you mentioned that before Dan and I were even married. You mentioned how you told me that you would never be able to renew your license again. Not only did they think you were getting too old, but you had too many strikes on your last one.
But it isn't fair. They sent me to their stupid little driving school. I took all their classes and they still had the nerve to not give me a new one. Surely you must agree that this is horrible, right? I mean, who are they to tell me that I can't drive when I know that I can drive perfectly well? Am I really going to be arrested just for a little fender bender?
Fender bender? Rachel, you are literally in the hospital and unable to move because of the accident that you caused. Not only that, but you could have seriously injured your son and husband. How can you be so focused on yourself when all that might have happened?
Well, I guess that does make some sense when you put it that way.
And that's why I was telling you that I needed to be there to drive. But you had to act completely delusional. You locked me in the bathroom and then just drove off without me.
Please, Tina, there's no need for you to take this kind of tone with me. Don't you think I've already been through enough with all of this? You must know that I never ever wanted any of this to happen, right?
I don't care what your intentions were. Who even gets in a car thinking that they intend to cause a crash anyways? I'm not blaming your intentions. I am blaming the thinking that led up to it. You acted completely irrationally and got your family into a car accident. And that's not saying anything at all about how you locked me in a public bathroom and then just abandoned me.
But I I just wanted to take a vacation with my family. Is that really so bad?
But you didn't even get to have that vacation. You all didn't even make it to the destination we were all supposed to be at by now. Why couldn't you have just waited until we all got there before you started trying to bully me? I understand that you didn't want to be around me and that you were worried that I was only going to annoy you, but surely being annoyed has got to be better than being injured. And to think that this is going to be the last real memory we have together before Dan and I cut you out of our lives entirely.
Wait a second, what are you talking about? Why would you and Dan cut me out of your lives?
I've already talked to Dan about it, Rachel. I told him all about the horrible things that you say to me. And now, with all that's happened for the vacation, he just can't tolerate you any longer. In fact, he was already going to talk about this with you before we even went on the trip, if you must know.
Hold on a second. Now that you mention it, Dan did say that he had something important he wanted to talk to me about. You're telling me that this is that. He wanted to tell me that he didn't want me around anymore?
That's right. And there's one more thing that you should know, Rachel. I'm pregnant.
Wait, what? You've got to be kidding me. Why am I just hearing about this now?
You're only hearing about it now because I know that letting you know any sooner wouldn't have been good for me or the baby. I mean, do you have any idea just how stressful it already is talking to you like this? I knew that if I told you I was pregnant, you would be trying to control my life. I talked to Dan about this and told him that I don't know how I was supposed to go through with this if you were going to be constantly breathing down my neck about every little thing. So we talked and said that the best thing to do would be to put physical distance between us all. So we're going to be moving away.
But this is all so much. I can't handle all of this news at once. How is this happening?
It's happening because we didn't want you to know a word of it, but now that we're about to cut you out of our lives anyways, it doesn't really matter. That, and you never even gave me a chance to speak about my life to you. You were always just interested in putting me down. But now you've gone and made a mistake that can't be undone, and in doing so, you've confirmed every fear about you that I've had. And you've shown your son and husband that you're nothing but a mean bully who doesn't deserve the loving family she has.
But wait, Tina, please. If you're pregnant, then this changes everything. I mean, can't we just pretend like nothing ever happened? We can just put all this behind us, can't we? Why didn't you ever tell me about this?
I literally just explained to you why I didn't tell you. Did you even read the messages that I was sending you? I told you that you were just going to try and interfere with our lives even more if you know that I was pregnant. Dan and I were going to use this as the chance to cut you out of our lives. That's why you didn't know about it until now.
But then you mean you're not even going to let me meet my own grandchild?
Well, it's going to be hard for you to meet them anyways if you're behind bars for what you've done.
Please don't say things like that. Huh? You really can't think that they would throw an old lady like me in jail.
I'm sorry, but the law is the law. Do you really think that you're above just because of your age? Either way, you're not going to be our problem anymore. We want nothing to do with you ever again, and we are going to be cutting you out of our lives. Whether or not you get arrested after this, it really makes no difference to me at all.
Just wait, Tina. You can't be serious about this, right? I mean, you're really just going to abandon me during my time of need like this? Please, I had no idea that you were pregnant. That really would have changed everything. I promise that I'll change. I'll help you raise them well. You have to believe me.
We do not want you to have anything to do with our child at all, Rachel. That's the whole reason we're going to be moving as far away from you as we can. Just stay out of our lives and don't come looking for us. Do you understand?
So then you're really serious about all this? But I never even gave Dan permission to do this. You can't just leave me.
I'm afraid that we've already made up our minds and we're going to be moving out. That is final. Just remember that you're the one that's going to have to explain all this to your husband. You're going to have to tell him that you were so horrible to me that you pushed me and your son away to the point that we never want to see you again. In the end, Dan and I moved away. A few months later, we heard through the grapevine that Rachel was discharged and free to go back home, but that her husband was waiting for her there with divorce papers. She was in the hospital for so long recovering that you would have thought she learned some kind of lesson, but apparently it wasn't enough for her husband. Thankfully for her, the other driver in the crash was kind enough to not press any charges on Rachel. but she was still left all alone, without her husband, son, or grandchild. I have no idea how she's getting along now. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey Eve, I wanted to check in about those materials that I asked you to have ready by tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure that you were actually going to be finished making them in time. I see they haven't been submitted and it's already so late.
Hello, Mr. Brown. Thank you for reaching out to me outside of work hours. I'm a little confused as to what you mean by those materials for tomorrow. I thought that you knew your daughter Hillary was in charge of them.
But I told her to go and ask her supervisors for help making them if it was going to be too difficult for her to do it on her own. Do you know that she's new to the company? Are you seriously going to pretend like it's okay to leave this work undone just because it was specifically assigned to you?
I'm sorry if there's been some kind of miscommunication, Mr. Brown, but I've been checking in with Hillary every step of the way she's been doing this. And every time I've asked her if she's making progress or needs help, she always told me that things are going well. It was only today, right as I was supposed to be clocking out, that she came up to my desk and told me that she actually wasn't going to have it done on time at all. And that's when she asked me to take care of it for her. That's why I'm still at the office this late at night.
So there you go. You admit that you were slacking off doing your duties as her supervisor and failed to assess actual progress being made. Honestly, I don't know why this company ever gives these kinds of roles to women. They always let their petty interpersonal drama get in the way of everything. And then you have the gall to try and put this all on an employee that you were supposed to be keeping an eye on?
Sir, are you really trying to pin all of this on me when I'm the one working hard to make sure this all gets finished before tomorrow?
It's obvious that you were being a bad supervisor and making Hillary feel uncomfortable coming to you with this matter. It's no wonder she waited until the last minute to ask for your help in finishing it up. You really need to think about the environment you're making for our employees.
Even if that was true, the fact of the matter is that Hillary didn't ask for my help in finishing it. She gave me what she had done and told me to do the rest for her. She told me she had plans that she couldn't miss and then left the office.
And now you're trying to pin this all on my daughter just because she had plans for tonight? Who knows how long she's had this on her agenda? Hillary is still young. Do you understand that? You shouldn't be wasting her youth with busy work. Besides, it's like you said, it was time to quit for the day, and there's no reason why my Hillary should ever have to work overtime. If you're not going to do your job in making sure she gets her work done during work hours, then of course it's all going to fall back on you.
Are you serious, Mr. Brown? I told you that I checked in with Hillary over and over again.
Well, clearly you were doing something wrong or else none of this would have happened at all. Now quit trying to blame my daughter for your screw-ups. If my daughter asks you to finish her work for her, you just nod and say, yes, ma'am. I hope you're ready to spend all night at the office.
So you really aren't going to talk to your daughter about making sure this doesn't happen again? Do I understand that right?
She has a right as an employee to refuse to work past regular hours. And as her superior in the office, you need to quit abusing your power and recognize that right of hers. If she says no to more work at the end of the day, then obviously any work that was left undone under your watch would fall to you.
I really don't think that's the company policy. And anyways, it wasn't that she couldn't do the work, it's that she wasn't doing any work. Even though I was repeatedly reminding her to do so, not only that, but this isn't the only problem like this I've had with her.
Well, you really do have some nerve trying to pass off all of your failures onto your underlings. You're the more experienced employee, so this is on you to fix.
Okay, then I understand, but that being said, I do have one more thing to ask of you, sir. When we've gone out for company dinners, Hillary was paying for her share with the company's end of your party fund. Not only that, but she's been caught taking money from that fund to go out and eat by herself as well. This is a textbook case of embezzlement, and it really is a serious issue. So could you at least talk to her about that? Sir, are you really asking me to just overlook her stealing from the company?
You really are such a cheapskate, do you know that? Do you really think that we're not going to be able to have any kind of fun events around here if one person is taking money out of the fund to treat themselves to lunch now and then? We're going to be just fine. And you really need to stop trying to get Hillary in trouble for every little thing she does.
Sir, are you really asking me to just overlook her stealing from the company? Have you ever done something like this in your time here?
Why do you keep using those words? Stealing? Embezzling? It's nothing like that at all. Well, it's just certainly not those things.
I see. So then should I tell the rest of the staff to start paying for their own lunches with company money? Because it sounds to me like you're saying that's an acceptable thing to do.
You know that isn't okay. If that many people were taking from the fund, then higher-ups would surely notice. That's why my daughter and I are the only ones who can do that. Got it?
I really don't think that's true at all, and you really haven't made a convincing case for yourself.
Well, if you don't like it, then you can just quit your job. What do you think about that? Because if you're not going to listen to what your boss has to say, then we don't need you here. Don't you ever forget your place in this company.
I see. Well, okay, I suppose I understand the situation better now, at least. I'll finish the rest of Hillary's work before the end of the night. See you tomorrow, Mr. Brown. Hey there, Eve. I was looking over the work that you left on my desk last night, and this looks perfect. Thank you so much. Even my dad was saying what an amazing job you did with all of this. I know that I should have left all this work for you. But man, I really didn't think that a company would let me get away with doing something like that. You only got away with doing it because your dad got you your job in this department. But if you ever go and find another job, I really wouldn't recommend acting the way that you have been. For example, the day after I turned in your work for you, I also saw that you left a receipt for what appears to be a night of drinking and expensive food at a bar. What exactly do you want me to do with this? What do you mean, what do I want you to do with it? I used the company card to pay for it, so I want you to take it off our records. Well, this wasn't a work expense, so I guess what I'll do is create an invoice for you to pay back what you spent on the card. Oh, Eve, you really are just so funny. Do you know that? But now, this receipt is related to work. You see, I've had to drink more to keep up with the stress of this job, so therefore the company should be paying for my outings. I see. Well, as compelling as that is, that goes against company policy, so I'm afraid I can't make that happen. Oh, really? But I was talking to my dad, and he told me to just leave the receipt on your desk for you to take care of. So are you really going to pretend like you know more about how this company works than my dad? You do know that he's your boss, right? You really need to learn your place in this company, Eve. I appreciate your reminding me of that, but the thing is that your father doesn't have the right to make that call either. In fact, neither of you should be using company money for personal outings. Listen to me. You should know that I have a date with the CEO of this company, okay? So if things go well, then I am going to become the wife of the next CEO. That means that I'll be higher up than you could ever hope to be. I see. So you're basing this all off one date that you haven't had yet? Sometimes I wonder why I even bother with you at all. It's all part of my dad's plan to help us climb up this corporate ladder, and I'm his secret weapon. I see. Well, that's just quite creepy, but it also doesn't have anything to do with me or this. So you can have whatever love life you want, but while you're at work, you are expected to do your job and follow the company rules. Yeah, some unmarried old hag like you would try and go on a power trip with me, but don't be jealous just because I'm getting married and you're still single. You keep going on about separating the personal from the business, and yet here you are bullying me all day just because I have a love life and you don't. That is not what is going on here in the slightest. I am talking to you every day about the fact that you never do any work. You go out drinking on the company dime and you leave all your duties for me to take care of. Is that how you think you should be behaving at your age? You really just know how to push my buttons, don't you? I had no idea you were such a cruel, horrible woman. I'm sorry if you think I'm being mean, but someone needs to put their foot down and let you know that you can't act like this. You need to take responsibility for your job. I'll have you know that I am working my tail off. I work so hard every single day. All I want is a little break to recompose myself now and then, but you would rather I just work myself to death for this place. If you really can't handle the work being asked of you here, then maybe you should quit. Because everyone else here was hired for their qualifications and experience. You only got this job because your dad insisted that we hire you over much more qualified candidates. And since the day you started working here, I haven't seen you do your job once. And here I thought you were so much nicer, but I see that people only have value to you around here if they work and do whatever you say. Do you really think that's any way to treat people? Hillary, Literally, what are you talking about? This is a company where we have work that needs to get done in order to meet certain deadlines. If someone isn't doing their work, then they don't belong here. You're the one who doesn't belong here. Ugh, you've got me so stressed out. I really need a drink. Just leave me alone. Wait, what? Are you really just ending this conversation here? You better not be using company money on yourself.
Hey, when are you finally going to learn to quit pushing my limits, huh? Did you know that your bullying finally made my poor daughter break down into tears? I thought I told you to learn your place in this company.
My place in this company? My place in this company is as Hillary's supervisor. So if she doesn't do her work, I have a duty to speak to her about that. I really don't see how you can accuse me of doing anything wrong.
Well, you're taking this way too far. I'm going to see to it that you're fired for what you've done to my daughter. You should have listened to me when I warned you the first time, but now you're really going to pay for it.
And just what did I do that constitutes a fireable offense, huh? Because I haven't heard of any company ever choosing to defend an employee guilty of not working. I can't see how anyone would see my actions as incorrect.
Except for the fact that you're forgetting that I'm our boss. Now submit your letter of resignation to me, and let's just get this over with.
Okay then, I'll quit. But I won't be giving you my letter. I'll be handing it to my father.
Your father? What do you mean? Don't tell me that you meant to type the company president, but you had a slip and typed out father instead? That's worse than calling a teacher mom in school. I mean, even up to the very end, you just keep making mistakes.
That wasn't a mistake. Although it wouldn't matter whether I called him dad, father, or the company president, since they're all the same person.
Wait a second. What? Are you saying that your dad is the company president?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Mr. Brown, and he isn't one to take nepotism lightly. It's clear to anyone who hears the facts about what's been going on who is in the right and who is in the wrong. So I hope you're ready for what's in store for you next.
Wait, are you serious? I mean, I thought it was funny that you two share the same last name, but I thought it was just a coincidence. I mean, both your last names were Smith. I thought that was just a really common last name.
That's why I didn't even bother trying to hide my name. I figured that everyone would think the same way that you did. And so that's why I never told anyone who my real father was.
But I don't understand. Why would they hide something as important as that from me, your boss?
Because I really didn't think it was all that important, and because I don't like using my family to get what I want. I knew that if people knew who I was related to, that I would never be treated equally.
But I should have known who you were. I mean, had I known that you were the daughter of the CEO, then I would never treated you like this.
I see. So you're saying that the way you treat employees is all connected with how much influence they might have over your career? Because I'm afraid that I've already left my desk and was going to deliver my letter of resignation to the top floor.
No, wait, stop. You can't do that, please. I can't be responsible for firing the daughter of the CEO. Please, let's just forget all about this, okay? You don't have to talk to your dad at all. Let's just all get back to work and pretend that none of this ever happened.
I'm afraid that it's far too late to try and do any of that. Besides, what would getting back to work even mean in an office where you and your daughter treat this place like your personal playground?
What are you talking about? But I promise you that the two of us are going to really start doing our jobs from here on out. I'm so sorry if you were concerned at all about our performance, but I promised to have a talk to my daughter about these very serious issues.
Wow, you really about-faced so hard. I'm not sure whether I should be laughing or cringing at that. Who was the one who was just telling me that they would defend Hillary's slacking off?
You're right. That was wrong of me, and I realize that now. I've been too soft to my daughter, and I promised to have a very stern conversation with her. Just please don't go and talk to your father about any of this yet.
No, I really can't understand, and I am going to be talking to my dad. I have seriously had it with the two of you. You have broken so many rules and violated so many policies to just serve yourself and Hillary. Did you really think that I was just going to let you get away with all of this like it was nothing?
I hope you can understand. Please, I really had no idea whose daughter you were. If I did, then I would have never acted in the way that I did towards you. It's just that, well, you know, these companies have strict structures and sometimes I need to enforce them on underlings like I was doing with you.
I wonder if you even realize the doublespeak that you engage in all of the time. Do you realize how many contradictions you're full of? Maybe if you actually showed any level of self-awareness, then I wouldn't feel the need to go through with this.
Please, I'm begging you not to talk to your dad about this. It will cost me my job.
Well, thankfully for you, my dad doesn't come back from a business trip until tomorrow. But he may have some words to exchange with you when he is back. Anyways, that's all I have to say on the matter. What could you possibly have to say to me now? Are you really going to pretend like you're sorry for what you did just because you got caught? Besides, after what you pulled, the police are going to get involved too.
But please, surely we can just forget about all this, right? I just lost my temper is all.
I don't care what excuse you have yourself. Letting you stay in this office any longer is putting all employees at risk. I mean, you were really trying to hurt me, I could tell. But I guess you thought that just because I'm a woman means that I would be weak, huh?
I just didn't expect you to be so strong.
Well, I've been doing judo ever since I was little. I throw men twice your size and triple your strengths on the mat like it's nothing. But the fact that you tried to ambush me in the parking lot, cover my mouth with your hand, you're nothing but a coward.
Please, I didn't think that he would be able to fight back. Just give me one more chance. I'll even work for free. Just please, don't go to the police about this.
It's far too late for any of that. I've already told my dad everything. You should have seen how angry he got, but don't worry, you're still allowed on company property for one more day. After all, my dad still wants to talk to you. So anyways, go to the top floor and have your conversation with him. And by the time you're finished cleaning out your desk, the police should be on the ground floor ready to pick you up. After I told my dad everything, including what Mr. Brown tried to do to me in the parking lot, he was furious. It was actually his own staff that had to hold him back from leaping at Mr. Brown and attacking him when he entered his office. After he caught his breath, my dad explained to Mr. Brown that he and his daughter were being let go and were also being sued by the company for embezzlement. Mr. Brown was also facing a lawsuit from me as well for his attempted assault. In the end, he owed so much in legal fees that he had to go deep into debt to pay it all back. My dad also made sure that he would never work in this town again through his connections and networks. I requested a restraining order against Mr. Brown and his daughter in case they ever tried to get revenge on me. After his firing, however, I was promoted to Mr. Brown's position as department chief. Since then, both productivity and employee satisfaction have been at their highest point in years. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.